Hello everybody, welcome back to All the Mods 9. Today we're going to be working on getting wireless access to our applied energistic system and setting up our mystical agriculture botany pots, as well as hopefully getting the apotheosis enchanting set up, and then getting this enchantment library. I need 10 hell shelves. Okay, make 3 more of these. 1, 2... 1. Oh, I'm out of nether warts. No. Oh yeah, let me set up my botany pot wall real quick. Okay, I want to do a little test. Can you pull from the side? No, you can't. Interesting. Okay, so it's not finished, but first of all, I put it outside because downstairs in my base was not a good fit. Also, very creepy with the fog. It's just no fog. But when I turn it on, oh, spooky. Reminds me of that one scene from ReZero with the whale. Anyway, so all these dirt represents a botany pot. And also I realized that you can in fact put them on the side. I was using an energy cable that time. Whoops. The pipes are going to go across the back of all of these. Not just yet, because I need to still be able to access them to make it so they pull. But yes, I made this little path bit. Then we go down here. This is where a bunch of drawers will be, corresponding to each of these botany pots. So yeah, 3 rows, and then at the very end here, because there's 125 different seeds, I know, stupid. Over here will be our very special seed. I sure hope that's the right amount. Because if I go at mystical and seed, that's all the seeds we got. I'll decorate it another time, but for now, let's start producing this stuff. I'm going to use this thing called a warp pad because getting over there is a bit of a pain. So how this works is you need 2 of them for a start. Not 4. I just have 4 of them. We'll put it there. You go to your second location, which we'll put it right there. You wait for this. Attuned shard. Take it. Head back to your other pad. Okay, this one. Swap them. Once you swap them, you teleport. Okay, so we just go and place a bunch of drawers. Almost an hour it took me to figure out how to get this working. So, I ended up having to use a completely separate mod. So instead of using the pipes, I'm using this thing called XNet. Computing mumbo jumbo. Essentially, there's these connector things, if I can get out. These things. The advanced connectors. They go into the back of it. They pull it from the bottom, where they themselves don't have to be on the bottom. Which is the problem, because the botany pots only export on the bottoms. The connector runs all the way into the machine, the controller, with another one of the connectors at the bottom. You can just plug a Lux network into it. The 2 that are connected, they are set to extract on the bottom. So they pull out, and then this is also connected to the drawer controller, or the storage controller. This inserts the essence that we get from there into the controller. The controller is connected to half of the drawers. Then we'll do the same on the other side. Pretty simple. Actually, wait. Oh, it's just the normal ones that we've normally been making. God damn it. It does say right there, increases controller radius by 2 blocks. God damn it. Oh look, a bunch of upgrades. Let's teleport back. Now it reaches all the way there. Right. Ah, there we go. All the way up to there. And you all the way up to there. We don't need this drawer controller in the first place. Yay! It's done technically. We just need to place all the botany pots and then make a bunch of these things, which aren't that cheap. The connectors are 4 red dye, 3 redstone, a chest, and gold. It's a bit expensive, not expensive at the same time. Then the upgrade, it's an ender pearl, a diamond, and a redstone. But then again, I do have infinite of them, so it doesn't really matter. So since I do need to get fish and prismarine, I'm going to start working on the hostile neutral network mod. Need some ender pearls. Let's just craft those up. But so you could go for 9 to make 1, or you could go for 4 and get 1. What? Okay. Both of these require power. Oh, netherite. Let's just take the chemistry out for now. This requires a lot of power. A prediction. There we go, good enough. We'll just make a couple extras. Let's go for Ocean Mon. So my immense genius forgot to unmute my mic, so I was muted for 90% of my recording, so I instead have to do a voiceover. So I eventually made it over to the Ocean Monument, and I started killing the Elder Guardians there, so I could fill in the data modules so that I can start generating the loot from them. So I don't have to go finding like 70 different Ocean Monuments just to get all the fish we need. Or fish like normal, but who wants to do that? There also is apparently chests that have like really good loot, like Heart of the Seas, Nautilus shells, Prismarine. Very nice. Also, I don't know why I didn't just mine the Ocean Monument. It's got Prismarine right there. But anyway, the way the hostile neural network works, I also realize I keep calling it neutral in this clip, but anyway. It has a chance to generate a prediction, which are these little orb things, but it also has a chance to fail, more often than not if it's not a high enough level. And if it fails, you get a generalized prediction, and those generalized predictions can then be made into a lot of things actually, which is really useful. There's 4 different kinds. There's Overworld, Nether, End, and Twilight Forest. We'll get into the Twilight Forest later. Maybe next episode I think it is. But yeah, the chance of it creating a prediction is pretty low, especially when it's at basic, as you can see by the 6% accuracy. I think that means we only have a 6% chance that we actually get a prediction. But if on the rare occurrence that you do get it, you can then take it. As you can see, I was really happy in this clip. I got 2 of them back to back. You can take those predictions and put them into a loot fabricator, select one of the multiple options, and convert that prediction into that loot. It's really overpowered, especially for like ender dragons, withers. So I eventually used the fish that I got to put into the soul jars so I can make fish seeds. Off camera, I decided to actually decorate the botany pot area with this. I also added a bunch more botany pots and removed the idea I had of doubling them up, which I kind of regret but also don't because it was a stupid idea anyway. It's a lot better now. I'm generating a decent amount of loot without having to do anything now. Too bad I didn't realize at the time that this is really ineffective and there's way more effective ways to do this, which I later do in a future video. So to finally wrap up this botany pot section of the video, we are going to hook up our botany pots all the way to our storage system so we can easily access it to craft things with. And in order to do that, we need a lot of Fluix glass cables. And unfortunately, they require a lot of Certus quartz, which we don't have a lot of. But luckily, I made some Certus quartz seeds so that I'm constantly generating an infinite supply of Certus quartz, so which hopefully means I don't run out. Fluix, on the other hand, there is a seed for it, but I didn't know that at the time, so I was manually making Fluix seeds every time, even though they're really cheap to make, and I don't know why I didn't do it at the time. But with the glass cables and a block called the storage bus, it allows us to plug our drawer from our controller for our botany pot drawers directly to our storage system as if it's an external storage of our system. I also started working on an extra part of my base below my basement part of my base. It's not much, but it's the start of an area, which hopefully I'll get some use out of. So using my personal shrinking device, I made myself a block tall so that I can really easily make my way a 1 block tunnel all the way towards our botany pots, so that I don't have to run a cable above ground, making it look ugly. This way, it looks a lot nicer. All you need to do is just place the storage bus on the bottom or any of the sides of the storage controller and hook it up to your applied energistic system, and it just works. You don't really have to configure anything. Really nice. Only downside is you need to run a really long cable across your base, but it's worth it. And now, if I search up essence in my applied energistic system, it shows all the essence that are in the drawers. So useful. And finally, onto the actual topic that the video is supposed to be based off of, wireless access. In order to make these, we need wireless terminals, as well as a range booster, so that we're not stuck to a really small area. Because although it's wireless, it is limited in the range, although there is range boosters that can go infinitely in one dimension and then infinitely across all dimensions. So one of the main parts of the wireless access thing, you need a wireless access terminal. And to make them, it's a bit complicated because you need a lot of Fluix crystals, which I don't have a lot of. So to make them, you need ender pearls, Fluix crystals, and crushed Fluix crystals. And with those, you can make a wireless access terminal. And as long as you place it on top of your system in some way, it will work. Now we have wireless access. However, we don't actually have the access part of it. Now, the main part of the thing that we need, the wireless terminal. We need another one of the receivers, which means another one of the flux pearls, as well as a energy cell and a interface. They're a bit expensive, requiring more Fluix crystals, of course. But I believe I had villagers that I set up with the chargers, so they just trade me Fluix crystals and Cirrus quartz, which is pretty useful. And finally, with enough of the circuits, we are able to make the terminal, and then the crafting terminal, and ultimately the wireless crafting terminal, allowing us to access our crafting system inside of our applied energistic system really easily. This does require power, so you need to have wireless charging set up. So Get Flux Network, or I think Power also has a wireless power system. But yeah, now I have access to my system wirelessly. However, it doesn't even reach the other side of my base, so I really need range upgrades. I installed 10 range boosters, however I wanted to get the infinite one, then I realized the infinite range booster requires unobtainium, and then the dimensional range booster requires 4 of the infinite ones and nether stars. So I might as well get one of the steps out of the way and get nether stars. Wow, that was a fast fight. I finally realized I've been muted this entire time, so I can finally stop doing this voiceover. I was muted that entire time. Have fun, future me, trying to dub over this. Oh my god, so much of it. Oh no. I've been yapping for like a good 20 minutes. Oh no. Get him, Zeus. I want to get 8 of these. 8 of the nether stars, because I want to upgrade my tank to the next tier. Oh my god, that was dramatic. There we go. Ah. Withering Soul. Okay, I can summon one more before I run out of skulls. And he's dead. And another miniature heart down. Yeah, I didn't mean to turn on shaders. My microphone fell and it coincidentally just landed on the shaders button. It's weird. Are we missing anything? Well, apart from the different tiers, but that's a pain in the ass to do. The Beyond, we haven't done that either. But that's what's not important. What is important is we beat the Wither, the Ender Dragon, and the Warden, which lets us go to Chapter 2. All the Mod Star. Once you defeated the main bosses of Minecraft, created some basic power, and hopefully found some more Allthemodium, it's time for you to take the next step into your journey. Chapter 2. Oh no, stuff. No. The journey of the Allthemod Star takes a lot of time and materials. So how do you get started? There isn't one path to the star. All paths will eventually lead you there. To get started, we will look into 3 most important factors in your playthrough: power, storage, and resource gen. Got storage, make applied energistics, done. Wireless terminal. We didn't make a basic one yet, so not counting, but doesn't really matter. It's only a common reward. Controller for refined refined storage, power, some form of power generation. Resource gen. If you want to make the Allthemod Star, you'll need a lot of resources. The ATM pack provides a variety of ways to generate tons of resources using various mods. While some of these aren't required for the star itself, this quest branches out to show you all the different ways to generate the resources you'll need. Quarry your world. We've got the one in the mining dimension, we're fine. The mob farming, we've got the simulations. Bees, we don't use them, but we have of them available. Magic agriculture, we're already deep into that. And void mining, that's a difficult one, but kind of fun. We need to create these different things. So yeah, just look at all the stuff. Occultism, we haven't even started that one yet. Oh, epic gem bag. This is why we need the specific bookshelves. That's some nice rewards though. Nether Star block. Llama, Trader Llama. Reactor, Allthemod bee spawn egg. Oh, that's a good one. Vibranium bee, Unobtainium bee, Dragon data, Wither data, Draconic end shelves, Godforged pearl. What? If this is so much, I'm only just getting started. We're like 13 episodes in now, and we're only just starting. That's all the things I can think of for today, so I hope you all enjoyed today's episode, and I'll see you next time.